Cut through human bone. Anyway.
Really, you? Really?
Hi everyone, how you doing? I'm Alistair. 3.5 inches to my right is the luminous Marguerite.
Hi, sorry, I'm typing at the same time. Our shirts almost match. They're very similar in texture.
Shirt twinsies.
Oh yes, so over this thing killed a dagger. There we go.
And the kitten, because mine is adorable. Anyway, hello everyone, how are you? For those of you who've been here before, you know what the deal is. Assuming that...
We have mods. We're good. Sorry, we were just checking on if folks were okay. Wendy won't be joining us this evening, but we will all send Wendy many kisses. All right, everybody send Wendy love.
Yes.
I will hit the emojis. Where are the emojis of love? Love emojis. There we go.
There we are. Just
love for Wendy.
Just, actual love canon stuff.
There
cool.
We go.
So, welcome to the show. Those of you who've been here before know what's coming. And we... I think we have a few new folks in, so here's how this is going to break down. We do an opening monologue, which is like movie trailers and adverts, which no longer feels like something I can say, as happened in the old times, because I went to the movies this week, and it was really good.
Because you took a day off.
I took a whole day off.
Like an adult.
Had a donut and iced coffee, and I played a game.
And I got the house to myself for like half a day. It was awesome.
And you're probably getting that again on Friday.
Really? Cool. Okay. I mean, I love you and all, but we have been kind of... everybody else, been stuck with each other for... Okay, I don't want to do that math.
Yeah, so
I'm with us isn't the right word, but... Okay, cool. Segue, quick. This is getting awkward.
I'm probably going to go see Free Guy on Friday.
Okay, yes, you are.
And you're not.
Should I hand you 5 pounds at a chocolate bar?
You don't have to do it on camera, but it would be cute if you
That's
did.
the joke. Okay,
yeah.
I'll have that prep next time. Is that whenever Alistair's like, I want to go see this ridiculous movie, I'm like, here, honey, here's a chocolate bar and 5 pounds. Bye-bye, I love you.
And it works every time. Every time. It's great.
Yes, he has a great day. I have a couple of hours to myself. It's all good.
So, that's what the opening
You're trying to tell us what's going on with the stream here, and the veterans are like, oh, okay.
So, that's what the opening monologue does. Gets you a chance to get you situated and hydrate and take any meds you need.
But that's the thing, Zoya. Our local cinema has 5-pound seats. So I can give him 5 pounds and a chocolate bar, and off he goes. It's brilliant.
Like I say, probably going to go see Free Guy. I saw Space Jam 2, Space Jamia, on Monday, and...
Hi, Peach Juice. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Peach Juice.
The emojis are amazing, are they not? Okay, can I show off the emojis really quick?
Please do.
You finish your thing, and I will show off the emojis.
Then we'll do the emojis.
Okay.
Do the emojis.
Okay, the emojis are super cute. So, first we have Chungus, the beloved. This is Chungus.
Modeling his Wendell's design pumpkin hat this morning.
Chungus is our sourdough starter who has achieved like cult fandom, and Wendy, our wonderful mod who's not here this evening, makes costumes for Chungus and has recruited many people who now also help make costumes for Chungus. It is
indeed a view.
It is a view, yeah, 5-pound seats. It's the greatest. This is otherwise known as Wrapped Silence. This is our emoji of everybody when we're reading stories going like this.
And his Chungus being enchanted.
And we're all like, did the stream die? No, so now we have an emoji for people to signal, yes, we're listening rapidly, thank you. We're just not interrupting you, which is fine. Hold up your mug. Alistair's very skilled at taking dramatic sips of tea at moments of pivotal importance in stories. So that is the dramatic tea emoji. And the other thing Alistair is very good at...
There's a few more, but this is the other that's covered by an emoji.
Is accents. There's a lot of accents involved. We also have Shenanigans, which is brain sorbet. We do light... See? It's an overview of the stream and not... Which is light, fun-hearted, usually Magnus fandom-related things that we do after the spooky stories, so that people don't go to sleep on the spooky stories. So we have a little brain sorbet, which we call Shenanigans, and we actually got Alexander J. Newell to admit that it was okay, so we have the Alex approved stamp.
He did that in front of a lawyer.
Yeah, I got him on, like, tape. so
There's witnesses.
There are witnesses. I have documentary evidence. Objection. I still really want to play Nita and Keela.
And yet you haven't.
Well, I'm trying to find a time to play it because the only time I can think of right now that wouldn't clash with other streamers is Friday nights, but Johnny streams on Friday nights, and I don't want to clash with people, but I really want to play Nina Aquila. And apparently Boyfriend Dungeon got released today, which is where you go around fighting things in a dungeon and you romance your weapons, and I'm so into this. So, yes.
Apparently the soundtrack is also out, which is a shame, because in my head, all the soundtrack is Boyfriend Dungeon.
I bet it's a little different.
Yes,
it just came out today. It's called Boyfriend Dungeon. It released today. It's on Steam. And, there was a Kickstarter and I missed it. Darn. It's also on the Switch. You can buy it from Nintendo.
Oh, does it?
Oh, it does. We played Dream Daddy. Didn't you play Dream Daddy? No, I played Dream Daddy.
I played Cultist Daddy.
You played the Valentim expansion to Cultist Dream Avatar. Thank you very, very much. Yes, exactly.
See, they're words.
I really hope there's more of that coming.
There is, as near as I can tell, they are working on it.
Maybe there'll be a new installment for Halloween.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yes! That would be awesome. Okay, so that's basically the overview of the stream. He's going to give an opening monologue so that people can settle in, get a drink of water, attend to medications, pets, refresh your tea, all that good stuff. Then we are playing Scarlet Hollow right now. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong page. I gotta push the other button. That is Scarlet Hollow, which does have some content warnings, which we will refresh before we start playing. We've also built a dramatis personae, if you want to keep track of who we've met so far. We laugh an awful lot. Then we'll take a little break. Then we'll do some fun time shenanigans, and we'll talk about what's coming up next week. Mm-hmm. So, that's what we're going to do. Do you want to read the opening monologue?
I'll read the
He read like 2 lines before we turned the stream on, and he started laughing, so I cut him off, because otherwise it was just going to go downhill very, very quickly. Yes, Boyfriend Dungeon is different from what may be implied by the title, but the art looks fantastic, and I can't wait. So, all right. Opening monologue this week is...
There are, of course, content warnings.
Content warnings for...
Body horror, death, gore, spiders, violence, vomiting. Find Nate on Twitter, which is not a content warning, more a life hack.
Yeah, exactly.
This is from our house band, Mr. Nathan Crowley, who is a superb author, just a remarkably good value Twitter follow. This week, he and his daughter went to his family as a whole, went to a partially rotted animatronic dinosaur and mammal camp, and shit got real.
There's a glorious Twitter thread that ends with the ultimate 4-year-old put down, which is, he asked his daughter, so what was your favorite part of the park? And she was like, not the dinosaurs. I'm like, whoa! That kid, yeah, okay. She knows what's up.
An expert guide to Back for Blood's new zombie classes, which I have definitely not made up on the spot, by Nate Crowley. 10 years ago, I went through a brief but intense stint of being well into Left 4 Dead. I was absolutely appalling at it, and I don't think I ever truly grasped what was going on in a single match I played. Nevertheless, I was at least so enthusiastic in my bewilderment that I was eventually taken on by a clan, grudgingly, as a sort of court jester.
That would so happen.
Everyone knew that playing with me was basically a death sentence, but my towering overconfidence whenever I got to play as the Charger, and then the barks of hapless sorrow which inevitably followed as I sent them mooning straight out of a skyscraper window, were apparently just amusing enough to make me worth carrying. In the spirit of my barnstorming PvP days, then, I am going to give you some weapons-grade tactical insight into the new Mega Zombos, or Riddens, appearing in Left 4 Dead's upcoming spiritual successor, Back 4 Blood.
Which is also spelled with the number 4, of course.
Admittedly, I've not played the game yet. I've not even watched the footage from my colleagues who have played, and you can find their full Back 4 Blood open beta report at a link in the piece. But that's not going to stop me telling you exactly what these exciting new deados are about, or how you can leverage their abilities to win every single time you play its Humans vs. Zombies PvP mode. I am going to offer my analysis based purely on a cursory glance at each monster's concept art, my staggering powers of intuition, and nothing else. Hope you're ready to learn.
You need this job. You and Nate should write something together, and I'm bracing at the very concept.
1. Uncle Badneck was just a normal uncle, but he got too greedy for oranges and tried to swallow 17 in a single gulp. This is his punishment.
That sentence was, this is his punishment from God.
Fully wretched. If you go too near him, he might start telling one of his famously shit stories, so watch out. All he can usually do in PvP is try to regurgitate an orange by mashing the O key for about 5 minutes. If his team loses, he can at least put on a fun light show by way of commiseration. Thanks to the tiny...
Thanks to the tiny, piss-colored lamps embedded in his neck. Catchphrase.
I just going to have them oranges.
I just going to have those oranges.
Look at this poor bastard.
I reckon he's probably going to pay a bit like the coughing bloke in Left 4 Dead, seeing as they're both creepy, wheezy-looking fellers, and they've both got loads of pipes and meat and stuff.
Instead of necks.
Instead of necks.
I'm expecting...
This tag team works well. I'm expecting Uncle Badneck will come with an unmistakable yet not overly loud calling card sound effect, which will make people groan when they hear it because they know they're about to get a right old neck-themed walloping. Will he sick stuff up from his big manky Tesco bag of a throat, like the oranges I have so reasonably written into his lore above? Or will he go for a bit of the old Davy Jones, thrashing
about at range with his squiddy bits? Actually, thinking about Davy Jones, it would be great if this guy could play an elaborate nautical pipe organ, but I'm not counting on it. The only pipe organs, alas, will probably be the ones flailing around on this horrible man's clavicles. The original big man. He's absolutely...
No, you have to deadpan and look to camera after saying that. I'm sorry. There we go. All right.
He's absolutely furious because his arms keep wolfing down massive chunks of car engine and it makes it very hard to do normal jobs around the house. Oh yeah, the original big man shares a house with the other 3 zombies. Gets him down because the others are always chucking viscera around and leaving him to tidy up with his dreadful ungainly arm. If he gets angry enough, he can summon a big motorbike, but then he has to stop his arm.
Guzzling all of its heaviest parts while the other zombies scold him for being an idiot.
For all his failures, we can at least agree that the original big man
looks after his trousers. They were from Marks and Spencer's, and he doesn't want to get viscera on them.
Oh, blood. Hold on.
Oh,
it's
no.
I'm actually laughing so hard I'm bleeding.
Okay. We're going to take a quick pause here. Do you want to...
I'm good. Keep going. Can't stop the signal.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You've laughed so hard you gave yourself
Nate.
a blezzy nose. Oh, Nate. Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
I will read, and you are just going to relax for a moment. Are you all right?
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the show.
Oh, poor Alistair. As stated at the start, I bloody loved the Charger and Left 4 Dead. After all, as God himself proved with fiddler crabs, you just can't beat a good bruiser with one arm comedically larger than the other. It seems his fellow is carrying that particular torch in Back for Blood, and I don't think I'm taking a huge risk by guessing that he's going to spend his whole life windmilling it around like a massive
Savoy.
What's a Savoy?
It's a type of sausage.
Okay.
Not sure what else he's got going for him apart from his weirdly neat trousers and the fact he looks like he might be about 15 feet tall. That'd be quite a lot going for him now I think about it. Anyway, I like his horrible shoulder bone and all the weird extra tendons growing over his chest like meat ivy. There's some good body horror going on with this lot, isn't there?
Meat ivy is... Oh.
Oh, Jesus. The bin soldier.
He was just a normal soldier until he spent way too long in a bin.
His mom had warned him about it and everything, but he was determined to find a Malteser he had dropped and keep looking for it even when all his mates started shouting, "Look out, Colonel, you're fusing with the bin." The fact this man had achieved such a towering rank before his downfall makes his story all the sadder. Can only spawn in bins from which he emerges with a throaty roar of, "I'll get you!" When all is said and done, if you need some staggering about and mumbling, the bin soldier is the man for the job. He is still looking for the Malteser.
Of course he is.
Look at all those horrible pustules. If ever a man projected the energy of I'm going to lumber towards you, then burst, it's this guy. It would be a shame if all he did was burst, though, since it would put those gigantic strangling hands of his to waste. Maybe he does some hurling as well as bursting, like what the tank did in Left 4 Dead. That would be nice. He could throw bins, since I've decided he loves them so much. Oh, okay. Brace yourselves. Gollum 2. The long-awaited sequel to Gollum, the exceedingly poorly ape from The Lord of the Rings. Gollum has long been ridiculed by fans for having a disappointingly low number of arms. This is not a problem for Gollum 2. Gollum 2 suffers really badly from dry skin on one set of elbows, which is definitely a shame for them. Even so, they do go on about it, which gets on everyone's nerves. They have one special, fun-sized arm coming out of their neck, which can either be used to do humiliating slaps on dopes and chumps, or used to fish interesting trinkets out of drains and wasps' necks and the like. After picking up enough trinkets, Gollum 2 can do a special attack where they force a player into a tiresome trinket trading minigame, which continues until the end of the match.
Wow.
It took me way too long to realise that this abject sod was halfway through turning into a spider. The clues were all there. The weird mangly jaw, the chitinous claws, the 6 fucking legs. But all I could see was your boy Smeagol. It's the hair, I think. I reckon this one's the jumping around being incredibly horrible component to Back 4 Blood's infected lineup. I fully expect to find these scuttling across the ceiling barking acid at me, or maybe just leaping on top of folks and shredding them up, like the hunter in Left 4 Dead. Either way, it's another belter of a creature design. I've got no problem with spiders, even the massive ones, but this thing makes me want to throw a brick at my computer to make it go away. Good job, Monster Squad. Right, hope that was enlightening. Might actually watch some Back 4 Blood footage now and get faintly and irrationally disappointed when nothing bursts out of a bin shouting, "I'll get you!"
Okay, one of these days we're going to convince Nate to stream, and then we're going to raid over to his channel, and we're all going to yell, "I'll get you!" And
Bin soldiers attack!
Oh my gosh. There's something deeply inspirational and wrong with that guy's head.
I forget who it was, but someone on Twitter was talking about how the first time they met him, very nearly the first thing that Nate said to them was, "Can you imagine a communist dog called Karl Barks?"
I think you tried to wake me up with that comment one day this week, and I think I went back to sleep. Yeah, Karl Barks.
Karl Barks.
Right? Just... Well, I think our monologue is well and truly open now. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Yeah, just a trickle.
Okay.
All good.
All right, cool.
The horrible thing is, I've actually had an analogous Malteser experience. I didn't fuse with a bin.
Good.
Yes. I did embarrass a friend of mine tremendously.
I don't... Do you need to tell this? Do you want to tell this story?
It was the day I found out cinemas are built on a slope. Because I was...
Oh, bless. How else do you think they keep them clean?
I was at university and I got a press screening for a movie for the latest movie adaptation of Jude the Obscure by Thomas Hardy, which is absolute laughter riot. So obviously I needed some fucking chocolate. So we grabbed some Maltesers and we go and sit in, and I quite happily sitting there as the trailers start for, Bruce Willis in a thing type stuff. And I ripped the bag open, basically like King Shark tears that guy apart in the Suicide Squad trailer.
Should have started the timer. It's my own fault.
And for the next hour of this incredibly grim, dour piece of Northern English literature, there is the sound of small balls of chocolate gently tinkling down to the bottom of the screen. I can see them. My chocolate is there. It is at the other side of the room, and yet if I go to it, if I go to it and pick it up from the floor, I will be the one mocked by society. That is the real tragedy of Judy Obscure.
You would be the asshole if you did that. Yes, you would.
The Maltesers are good.
They're kind of like British Whoppers, yeah. But, yeah, they're basically British Whoppers.
Yeah, basically they're halfway between British Whoppers and Goobers.
No, Goobers are fruit.
Are they?
Yeah.
What are Milk Duds?
Milk Duds are chewy. They're like Tootsie Rolls. They're like chewy, chocolatey taffy. They're closer to Maltesers or Whoppers. But they're squishy.
Because that's what I think of when I think of milk.
Duds.
Duds.
The duds. That's what you remember.
Anyway, hi. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the detour into cinema treats. What's my favorite cinema treat? You used to be able to buy boxes of what were called... Okay, do you know what nerds are?
Yes.
The candy nerds?
Yes.
Okay, the little teeny tiny dots of things that come in a box. You used to be able to get packs of them where they're like, you could slide open a little opening at the top, a little hole at the top, so you could open it and take some and then close it back up. And you could get 2 flavors in a box. You used to be able to get hot and cold nerds, so cinnamon and peppermint in the same box. And those were the greatest thing in the world.
And if you had the entire box of them, it was like popping candy and you had a near-death experience.
Maybe. That was probably more like Pop Rocks. Those are the ones that would explode in your mouth.
Yeah, I have friends who have mouth injuries because of pop rocks.
Really? Oh, well, make your own fun, right?
I come from a small island.
Yeah, that's why they sell them in such teeny little boxes. So they don't want you to overdose on them, do they? Right. Well, that was an amazing detour.
Thank you for that, Nate.
Wow. Okay.
Would you like to play a game?
Nobody in the chat is of our age to
You
get
were
that
about to say there are
reference.
people in the chat who weren't born when that movie was released, and that
Probably, but I didn't want to make you cry on camera.
earlier today, a friend of a friend tweeted a paragraph from a news story talking about how Marvel are really excited about What If, and specifically the Captain Carter strand of it, because they're hopeful that it will grab people who weren't born when the first Avenger was released. And why am I crying? I'm so old.
Also, isn't today like the 20th anniversary of the first Fast and the Furious movies? And I'm like, no, I'm just not ready to face these horrible math crime realities.
Scream is 25 years old.
Shut your mouth. I remember, talk about movies so scary, I remember sitting on the floor of the cinema with the coat over my head, peeking between the seats in front of me. That's how scared I was watching that movie. Yeah, we're all getting old, folks. Her dad's live journal! Oh my god! I wanted to die when I see all that. So there's a YA novel coming out soon where it's like a murder mystery, and one of the ways the protagonist figures things out is she creeps her dad's live journal to get clues. And I'm like, I'm old. I think I'm officially vintage at this point. I'm kind of scared.
Let's go with vintage. I like vintage as a concept.
Oh my god. Right? Just the true murder mystery. What happened to Live Journal? Yes, exactly. It's called
The Russian Mafia. It's called the Russian Mafia. That's what happened.
Yeah, basically the Russian Mafia. That's what happened to Live Journal. But let's
In communist Russia, Journal Live You.
Journal Live You. Exactly. Right, shall we get into even more horrible, wonderful, amazing accents?
Just a second into getting character. Death Cab's fantastic!
There you go. All
Thank
right.
you.
So we are, before we get started, you can put your headphones on now.
I'm
Though,
gonna put my headphones on.
I'm going to put my headphones on over here so they don't spill your tea. We are going to switch over here shortly to Scarlet Hollow. Content warnings for Scarlet Hollow. So this is the set of content warnings for the entirety of the game. This is a narrative selection game, so we may not encounter all of this content. But just so you know, good night, Four Rats.
Bye, Four
Thanks
Rats.
for
Have a good
dropping
one.
by. Those content warnings are common phobias, death and dying, horror themes, mental health and trauma, violence, children in peril, and swearing. There is a link in the chat for the complete and maybe somewhat spoilery content warnings if you need to get a hand on them. Hey, Celia, what happened to that blog site you used to use? Oh, you know, it became an arm of the Russian government propaganda machine. Be amazed how often that's happening these days. It's really kind of scary. Shall we move very, very swiftly on? I know, it describes way too many websites.
At least Twitter's just run by a sentient beard who thinks he can min-max yoga. The twat. Anyway.
We're going to play a lovely little horror game now, all right? And then if you need to step away for a period of time and want people to nudge you to come back in, just drop it into the chat. Also, if you can't remember where the characters are, we've cremated. Ooh, that was Freudian. We have created a dramatis personae, and you can follow along as we update it live as well.
Also, obviously there's music in the game, so do give us a heads up if the music's too loud and
Yep.
you're having trouble hearing
We'll
us.
do a sound calibration here quite shortly.
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
No, you have to do it like the song. Check one, check one, check 1, 2, 3. There we go. If you haven't seen it yet, the We the People series on Netflix is lovely, and there's one of them that does have Lin-Manuel Miranda and Daveed Diggs doing a rap battle-y thingy about Congress, and it's awesome.
There's also a weirdly brilliant one where your cat explains taxes.
Yes. But that other one I mentioned first also has the Supremes.
It has the
like
Supreme
this
Court
horrible,
Justice.
amazing, like electronic chorus of like floating justices. It's so cool.
Worshipping a justice crystal. It's so good.
That's my people, yo. Right, exactly. It was the protracted process, and some of what happened led to AO3 existing. Yes! That's why some organizations own their own servers.
That's the fucking Netflix movie I want.
Right? Oh my god, why don't we have that as a Netflix documentary? Like, live journal to AO3.
Yep, that's what I want.
Somebody AO3 the Netflix movie would be freaking amazing. I have a lot of respect for that organization and like what they started out as and then what they morphed into and then what they are now. Like, they are Hugo Award winners for one thing. But that's a whole nother hour. Okay, we're gonna play the game now. All right, make it. No, I am not a documentary film. Chris is a documentary. See, this is what happens when you know people who do things that you do not do. Then you have ideas, and you're like, Chris, do the thing, and then maybe he will, and it will be awesome. Okay.
Do that.
Transformative, the AO3. That's a great title. Oh crap. Crap. That's a really great title. Okay. We're gonna play the game now. Sorry. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Jay. Thanks for joining us. All right.
Hello, Jay.
Game. So, incoming game music, just to warn you. And hopefully that should be quiet enough that you are able to hear us over the top. And it's just a light little background spattering, existence, presence. You word good. Word good is your
job. Fiction is by definition ephemeral, but the archive, the one that is owned by itself. Perhaps that has the best shot at immortality. Look at my alligator. Eldridge said it. AO3, the documentary directed by Werner Herzog. Happy New Year, losers.
Sorry, Jay. All right. Do you have any other Werner Herzog content for Alistair before we get started?
Welcome to Scarlet Hollow. I like the cat. As much as anyone can like anything in this Twilight world. I'm done. We may continue.
Are you sure?
Probably not.
I totally disbelieve you're done with any of your nonsense and tomfoolery. I'm going to load the game now. All right, here we are.
Previously, this kind of...
No! Do it right!
Previously, on Scarlet Hollow.
Dun dun! Okay.
This kind of dickish cat bit us. And we are playing a character whose aunt has died, and we have returned to the town of Scarlet Hollow, from which our mother escaped a long time ago to assist our cousin with the planning for the funeral. The cousin lives in the family's decrepit, functionally rotting mansion, which appears to be 3 rooms wide, and yes, isn't very happy to see us at all, possibly because of the circumstances within which Mum left were not happy ones.
Yes. So we have explored our rooms. We found the creepy doll that's always watching you.
Oh, and one of the attributes we chose was the ability to talk to animals, which is why we know Dustin is convinced he's about to die. The cockroaches in the bathroom are New York gangsters, and the cat is a disaffected misanthropic French lady.
Southern Grey Gardens is a good description, Eldridge.
What is Grey Gardens?
We don't have time for that.
Let's move on. Okay.
All right. So, now we have explored all the rooms that are available to us in the house, so I do believe our options are either to do the things we know we should not do, or we might as well head into town. Or we can do there's the ability to be quite cruel to our cousin and eat her food.
And we don't want to.
And we don't want to. So, we're going to head into town.
It is just the height of dickitude. Sorry your mum died. Enjoy your mousy macaroni cheese.
Yeah, exactly. So now it is time to head into town and hope nothing befalls us. Well, you know.
Well, it's totally going to. There's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. So you do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop. Especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Then maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time.
We shall continue down the path, for we have no other options.
It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town, and good lord.
Ooh,
okay.
Look at all the boarded up signs.
Yeah.
General store.
The holler, as that guy in the bus called it, has probably seen better days. Still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you are peering into a grave.
Not quite a ghost town, is it? Gretchen? Oh, gosh. Oh. Excellent. Why, I do declare, who is this gorgeous stranger, and why does she smell of peanut butter? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. All right, now we have options. Explore, talk to animals. Item, offer Gretchen your boiled peanuts. Can we stop offering boiled peanuts to everybody?
No.
I think we should say it's nice to meet you,
Me
Gretchen.
too.
Pet the dog. A pug, she's so cute. Tell me more about this wonderful creature. I don't do too well with dogs. How dare you, sir! So should we talk to the person or talk to the pet?
Let's talk to the person and then the pet.
Okay, let's say, tell me more about this
Yes.
wonderful creature. I am in love with this dog and wish to know everything there is to know about her. Gladly. Her favorite food is Cheese Whiz. Her favorite toy is an old sock I sewed to look like a squirrel. And her favorite show is Murder, She Wrote. I love this woman.
She's clearly the best
I
dog
love
and
this
best lady.
woman. I'm so sorry to interrupt. Did someone just mention Murder, She Wrote? And Cheese Whiz in the same sentence? Wait, that's the dog.
That's the dog.
Okay, I need an accent for the dog. Help.
Well, I mean, the two I would go for...
You be the dog.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but did someone just mention Murder, She Wrote and Cheese Whiz in the same sentence?
Okay. Ethel Merman works.
A little bit.
We'll go Ethel Merman. Okay. Sometimes I leave it on in the background while I'm working to give her something to do. She'll actually sit in her little bed and watch it like an old lady with her programs. All right, so now we can ask.
Let's do how'd you two
How'd
meet?
you
That's
two
just too cute.
It's just so adorable. That's so cute. How did you first meet her? My mom was a vet, and she used to visit the regional animal shelter on weekends to do checkups. When I was real young, I'd go with her to volunteer, which really meant I'd do a little bit of manual labor, then play with the dogs for the rest of the day. One weekend, believe it or not, someone dropped off this little 1-year-old pug that outgrown its cute puppy stage. When I went to clean her kennel, she looked up with me with those big, watering, nervous eyes, wagging her entire butt and whimpering like no one had ever loved her before. I could not fall head over heels, you know?
It was the absolute most dreadful place I'd ever been my entire life. If it weren't for this sweet young lady, well, perhaps it's best not to think about it.
My parents were rugged mountain folks, so they weren't big on toy breeds, and at first they refused to even consider adopting poor Gretchen. But I kept visiting her every week, and soon enough they caved and let me take her home. My dad still wasn't too keen on her at first, but soon enough he was taking her out on the trails like she was a hound dog. Keen eye, you can't help but notice that she's been talking about her parents in the past tense. Sorry for talking your... Oh, no, this is her again, isn't it? Sorry for talking your ear off, but I can't help it. I could prattle on about Gretchen for hours.
My name is Stella.
Okay, but where are my manners talking to you for this long without introducing myself? I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up here in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The SCARLET funeral? Do not offer her your boiled peanuts. What a horrible... Would you like my damn sack? What a horrible conversation breaker. Lie, none of your business, remain silent. And let's just introduce ourselves. How about that?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Petra. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? Upon mention of your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath.
Pardon me. One of these days I'll get that Tabitha to pet me.
That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How she's holding up. To be honest, I've been a little worried about her all alone up in that big house. Keen eye.
I mean,
oh gosh, okay. Explore, I'm sorry, did you say... Let's go with an explore option because it prolongs the conversation. I'm sorry, did I hear you right? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so bubbly. She did back when I knew her better. It's, been a while. Hope she's okay.
Are they exes?
Maybe. So now we have the option to say, I think we should say she's struggling.
Just gotta be honest. You know?
No. You can never go wrong with honesty. You don't regret it.
Or I'm worried about her too.
I think I'm worried about her too is a good one. I don't want to, tell people what Tabitha is experiencing, but commiserating that this is a person who could use support is probably a good idea. Hang on a second. I'm worried about her too. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go with things. She and her mom are real close. To think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying here, even if she don't think so herself. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. All right, here we go. How long have you known her for? Are you two friends? She's not really worth your time. How rude. You can so totally stack this conversation. How long have you known her?
How long have you known her?
Yeah. How long have you known her for? Oh, quite a long time. The town's real small, so everybody's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tab and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck, and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was a little more prickly, but I managed to soften her up in the end.
Thank you.
But then she graduated, and that was that.
I haven't seen that girl or her horrible little cat since I was middle-aged.
Okay, don't... You would also...
I'm trying for...
Ethel Merman.
I'm trying for Ethel Merman. Oh, darling! You know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, before it slips my mind, if you're staying up in that spooky old mansion, you must have met... the Frou-Frou. How does that monster fare?
Okay, so we have multiple talk to animals. Ignore Gretchen, lest Stella discovers your quirk.
I quite like... It sounds like you and Frou-Frou have a history.
Oh, I know, right? We totally have to do that one. Okay.
Old lady pets feuding, you know?
It sounds like you and Frou-Frou... Oh, wrong voice. It sounds like you and Frou-Frou have a history. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, right? I think we go with this one.
Just deadpan it, yeah.
Alas, you've discovered my dark and terrible secret. I can talk to animals, and animals can talk to me. Your dog sounds like a Southern belle when she talks. Oh, darn, I've got the wrong accent. Oh, well, we'll know for next time.
You want to swap out?
No. Stella's too awesome as a Southern belle. Thank you. Yeah, of course you're joking. You and Stella maintain silent, awkward eye contact.
Well, next time you see that devil, please send my regards. And do let her know that not only do I still draw breath, but that I very much still plan to outlive her.
Yes, everybody notice Stella's Mothman t-shirt. Is it not awesome? I want a Mothman t-shirt now.
I don't know again.
Oh, if you just go to town... Oh, sorry. If you just got into town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for coffee, and they got amazing biscuits. My treat.
Hell yeah.
Follow her. Never say no to biscuits. Or Southern hospitality.
Or Southern biscuits.
Aha!
People. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life.
American biscuits, folks. So savory, quick bread, scones, thin, light, fluffy, perfect for biscuits.
Gravy
also,
and sausages.
Please notice, this is absolutely an American diner. How can you tell? Not the aesthetic, no. Not the pie under the jar, no. See this right here? You see this bottomless coffee?
That's how you people got to the moon!
That's how America got to the moon! Bottomless coffee. What else have we got on here? Fancy City coffee.
Sausage biscuit special, Sunday pancake
special.
special.
Winnie's winning smile.
Free. Oh, that's adorable.
I wish to visit this town and give it money for its baked goods. Oh, okay. Let's like take a look at everything.
So we got the short order cook running
Short
the hot
order
plate.
cook.
That's some good looking pie.
She's behind the counter. Got the cops. Always a good sign of the food of a place is if the cops are eating there.
Cops and doctors every time.
We got somebody not so happy here. She looks... This person... I'm not going to gender them. This person looks like a server.
My man there in the middle between the avuncular big chap and the gentleman drinking coffee looks like he has plot hanging off him.
Yes, and they all are wearing the same jacket, so I'm thinking mining uniform.
Yeah.
And then we've got a parent and a little one here as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. What I wouldn't give for an all-night American diner right now. Like...
So, you want me to make a Dutch baby for breakfast this weekend?
Oh... Maybe.
Yeah.
Can I have bottomless coffee?
You always have bottomless coffee.
Even if I have to make it myself.
Like
You can't trust a diner with a floor like that clean. It's that clean in the front. Don't look in the back. Oh, Waffle House. Oh, God. For proper hash browns. What I wouldn't give for proper hash browns and a crispy diner waffle.
We're going to take a moment here,
We're going to
folks.
just take a moment and, like, bask in this scene and how I wish I was sitting right here, looking this way, pointing at the coffee. All right. Shall we move on?
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
We love diners, you might be able to tell. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Well done. Good job.
Oh, what are you looking at? Hey, everyone in Petra, quietly slide into the nearest booth. Remain silent.
Anybody want a peanut from my wet sack?
Please stop offering strangers your wet sack. Please. Oh, what's this, Kiwi? There's news and I've missed it. Also, I recently embraced being gender fluid.
Hooray!
Yay! Congratulations.
Congratulations,
well done,
Kiwi.
So, should we introduce ourselves?
Let's introduce ourselves, because what the fuck are you looking at, bull bags? Doesn't seem to be a conversational gambit.
Yeah, I think... Yeah. There we go. Hey, everyone. I'm Petra. Just in town for the funeral.
Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction.
Looks like your entrance was a little bit more dramatic than you were expecting, huh?
Look at Gretchen's little face.
I know. Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is. And with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. Look at, see?
Yeah.
Oh, I see some good photos here on the walls, too. Holler... Paycoon? Looks like a newspaper.
Holler Tribune Gazette or something.
Something like that.
With keen eye, as you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you.
Shh. Oh, come on.
Listen in.
Let's listen in.
Stella pets Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, 2 policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in a direction while whispering to each other.
Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet her.
Looks so much like her.
You're assuming you're that guy.
Yeah.
I need a voice for her.
Yeah, old man cop.
Vivian. Okay, we have a name. Is that our mom's name? Our mom's name is Vivian. Quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. I always thought it'd go away once she finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. Dun, dun, dun!
Where the fuck is the winning smile, Winnie? Mm-hmm. A young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table.
Solidarity, my child! Solidarity!
Mommy, who's that?
Don't stare, Tulip. That's Miss Tabitha's cousin.
Oh, so that's why she looks so sad. I would look sad too if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean too?
I don't know. I'll find out the next time I go visit Miss Tabitha.
That's your cleaner.
Are you gonna finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea, and we've got to get home to Daddy. No, it's not, because the cleaner has the I survived the 50th birthday party crawl.
And she's too young. Yep. In the far back corner, a man sits alone at a small table, sipping coffee and reading a paper.
And not looking at all like a ranger.
Plot, Aragorn. Why the strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always coal boys, punks, and whippersnappers?
Who was that? Aging John Constantine.
I was aiming for Mark Shepard, but I figured it'd land on
Mark Shepard / Aging John Constantine totally works for me.
Through the looking glass now, boys.
Oh, God, yes.
Lastly, a group of coal miners, who are going to be from Yorkshire, deal with it, sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. So that's the boss's cousin. There's that funeral this week. I'm remembering right, for Miss Pillan. May she rot in peace. Oh, let the lady rest, Lloyd. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were. Especially because they've been so much as laid to rest. If you'd been around in her day, you'd be speaking ill too, Tommy. He's right. Nastiest woman I've ever met. That Tabitha is a blessing compared to her. Curse the old lot of them. May every scarlet burn in hell.
Oh, you're cheery. I know. It's supposed
Winning
to be
smile, delighted look.
It's supposed to be an Appalachian mining town, but they've imported Yorkshire miners.
Do you want me to do 4 separate versions of my generic American accent?
Please don't.
Because I will.
No, God, please. Okay.
I will fly up the wall and spend money on it. That's enough of that.
All right. Hey, Stella. I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. I don't know who this individual is yet.
They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Oh, hello.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Avery.
And here's some bacon for the little lady. For me? For me? Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Look at her face.
Oh, look at this. Look at this, my love. Anything for you? Do not offer them boiled peanuts. Stop! Isn't bacon bad for dogs? Don't be a jerk. No thanks. I ate recently. How much is the coffee? Order coffee, order biscuit. Order a biscuit and coffee
please,
is
Avery.
the correct answer. Wrong
Can I
voice.
have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good.
Best in the county.
Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. I'm liking the pronouns, by the way.
Yes, very much so. Should we just take turns?
Yes, let's just take turns.
Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone.
Interesting. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. Yes, we are going to Avery's party.
Hell yes,
OMG,
we are.
yes. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral, too, so it'll be a special occasion.
Hey, let's go to a wake.
Basically.
Cool. I'm always up for ones which open the door to more conversation. And is that like a church thing? Seems to be the one that does that.
Yeah. Is the potluck a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No. The Sunday thing is coincidental. It's usually hosted by the library. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest.
Well, that was my question.
It's like, the hell? That's a shame seems value neutral and also opens a door.
No,
Well,
that's
I
a
get that.
shame sounds shamey to me.
Well, how about I get that?
I think I get that as nice and neutral. A non-religious community in the rural South is a stereotype.
That's a what? An English person who hates tea? I mean, obviously we...
Right, Ocean? I have scones. I'm definitely going to have one after
obviously,
playing this. Thank you.
That would never happen. We'd have to throw them out of the country. But I take your point. We were going for I get that, I think.
Well, Stella, Ozzy says, no, ask about religion. Stella's a very gracious conversationalist. So,
You going to go with that? I think you're going to go for it.
I think let's be interrogatory, but without being rude. Hey, Chanel. Hey, who else just joined?
Compost
Compost. Hey. A non-religious community. We're in the rural South. That's gotta be unusual. I know. We must seem like such heathens.
She is absolutely flirting with us.
But there are plenty of God-fearing folk in this town. They just aren't the biggest fans of the local church.
Ooh, I smell plot.
Yeah. Well, the building's fine, but the pastor's another story. There's
Irish.
just something a little off about the guy. You'll get what I mean if you ever meet him. You're totally going to make him Irish. Right? Of course you are.
Power! Anyway.
And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week?
Oh, she has something in mind.
Yeah, let's absolutely do. Do you have something in mind?
Yeah. This is a good option too, but not entirely honest.
And also, Tabitha's awful and clearly needs help.
Yeah, exactly. There's a nice path to walk there about being there for somebody to help them without shoving them in a direction they don't want to go.
Oh, thank you, Knife.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
These streams are so comforting,
I need
honestly. I
tea.
could watch you two banter for so long.
And she did buy us a biscuit. Absolutely, Scott. By the way, folks, this has been going almost an hour already. So make sure that if you have a tea, it hasn't gone cold, and get yourself a sip of water or stretch your legs or any of those good
If
things.
you require a food, do a food.
Yeah. I recommend biscuits. Something tells me this is a loaded question, and you have something in mind. Was I being that obvious?
Yeah.
My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with a camera.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And it's always better when someone else is there to...
She's wearing a Mothman shirt. We're already dead.
Before Stella can finish, Avery returns. Biscuit in tow. Look at the size of that thing! That biscuit is the size of their fist. That is a proper biscuit. And it's as tall as it is round.
I'm drooling. I want to eat that so bad.
So I'll do the first couple Avery lines and then you tag it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm totally making biscuits for dinner tomorrow.
Please
night.
do. Please do.
I'd
love that.
I gotta make biscuits for dinner tomorrow.
All right. Okay.
Alrighty. And yes, Grim, I think she's totally flirting with us. It's awesome.
Is there nothing else coming for me? Gosh, if I had known that plate of bacon would be my main and only course, I would have waited before digging in.
Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Why do I get the feeling that Avery didn't ask Winnie anything?
I don't think Avery asked her a goddamn thing.
I think
they just got us a biscuit.
I think Avery's very good at interpreting what Winnie means.
Yes.
As opposed to what Winnie says. What do I look like? Oh, how rude. Thanks, it looks great. You didn't have to do that.
Let's go with thanks, it looks great.
Thanks, it looks great. Yeah, don't be dishing people's hospitality. Yeah, I am very much in love with Avery as well.
If we're not careful, someone will go,
Thanks,
pray for
Avery.
you.
It looks great.
You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. And Gretchen wants it so badly. Look at her face.
Pass the honey. Oh.
You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Fucking me up, game.
I can't drool on camera. I can't drool on camera.
Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. I think just whoa.
Yeah, I think whoa is a good one. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow.
I'm so glad you like it.
Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous?
I love how the music just died.
Oh, Avery, I'm not famous.
Look, if you're not going to go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm going to do it for you.
Would you take Avery's line as well?
Yeah, of course. Stella
So-
sighs.
I'm a YouTuber.
Ugh, you and everyone. Oh, how
Fuck
rude.
off.
Wow, you can really be
Oh my
mean.
god.
Let's ask.
yeah.
What kind of videos do you do? Cool. What kind of videos do you do?
She hunts cryptids.
Of course she does. She's wearing a Mothman t-shirt and takes photos in the woods.
We're so dead.
We're dead.
You should really check out her channel, Petra. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but, you know, the controversial one.
Oh, yeah.
The Catawba. Or the Catawba, or whatever.
I want to say Catawba, but it's missing an A.
I would say Catawba.
Catawab. Maybe Catawab? I'm going to have to look this up. Somebody remember the name of this cryptid. I'm totally going to look it up after this game.
Oh, yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So, the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera.
Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river.
Some folks say it was a beaver, but if that's the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've ever seen. I also had people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara that must escape from a local wildlife sanctuary.
It was a mountain lion. I could smell its stink from miles away.
I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on.
Okay, so whatever it is, you should leave it alone is exactly the wrong answer for a horror game.
Yeah, exactly.
That looks like a mountain lion is a possibility. Gretchen thinks it's a mountain lion.
But Avery is standing right here, And Stella already gave us the sort of, you talk to animals? Sure thing.
I'd maybe go with her. That looks like a mountain
I
lion.
like the keen eye option here. Let's. It's a nice neutral. We'll all take the blame. I'm an outsider type thing. I can't do it. I can't. Okay, Paragon Renegade.
Tell them off Blackwall.
Oh yeah, okay. The part in Dragon Age where Blackwall kind of like runs off and you can go back and get him. I tried playing the bad option once and I got like 4 lines of dialogue in and I was like, I'm sorry. And I reloaded. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I cannot do the bad guy options. It just does not work for me. I feel awful. So yeah, let's go with, oh yeah, that looks like a mountain lion.
Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure that it's a mountain lion.
I think that might be a mountain lion. Can't you see its little kitty cat ears? No way. It was absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found jack squat. And there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way.
I love how all the way through this Gretchen is just like, bacon. I need bacon.
Yes, I know.
Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries were missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. I like you.
I like Avery.
Ha, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free and now it will forever roam the Catawba River, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come.
She works so well as Southern. You did such a great job.
So, speaking of things to do around town...
Oh, Jesus.
I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if you'd maybe want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm just going to go after the...
Wait, no spoilers.
Whoops. Sorry, Avery.
It's okay. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See you all around.
Now the coast is clear. I'm going after Skunky.
Oh my god.
Yes!
Okay. Isn't that just worst Bigfoot? Oh, that's the best description of a skunk
I
ape
think
ever.
the heck yeah or what skunk ape.
Yeah, let's say what skunk ape. I think ignorance is a good position to take here because otherwise, ooh, okay. What's a skunk ape?
It's like Bigfoot, but smellier. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida. But while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady down from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing.
We are gonna die in the woods.
We are so gonna die in the woods. Are you nuts? Against my better judgment, yes. Absolutely. Are you gonna be there, Gretchen? Should we talk to the dog?
Let's try the dog.
You want to talk to the dog?
We should be sensible and do absolutely, shouldn't we?
I think Gretchen will be there by default, so
Yeah.
I think we're okay with that. Oh, yes. Absolutely. I'd love to come along.
That's great! It's been a while since I had anyone besides Gretchen out there with me. This is gonna be so much fun. I actually started the channel with a couple of buddies of mine back in middle school, so it's kind of like a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around in the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking. I wondered if they'd been down to come along with us. get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanisha has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call?
Stella pulls at her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings.
Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or? Okay, if you're really sure. But if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met someone cool in town today. She's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah? Just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring her. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, she looks sad. Compost, which we overheard them talking about us. We haven't talked to them. Reese.
It's Gretchen.
Oh.
Reese. There's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him.
Looks like it's just you and me, pal.
This is totally a date. It's a date we will be murdered on.
Let's explore.
Did he ask you to bring me to his house?
Why?
He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you find most folks in town are.
I go with these.
We could be a little flirty.
Come on, let's be flirty.
Though it might really piss off Tabitha if we hook up with her ex. Oh, awkward. Let's totally flirt. We're totally gonna flirt.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad it's just the two of us. Yeah, fair enough. You just got here, and I'm probably already overloading you a bit. Sorry about that. We should stop by his place sometime this week, though. I think you two would like each other. He can be a little rough around the edges, but like in a funny way. Anyways, we got a skunk ape to hunt. So, we should probably head out if we want to make it up in the mountains before it's too dark.
Oh, God.
Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand.
You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression.
I'm kind of feeling like that might actually be a good place to... Should we push a little further ahead?
So we got 11:09.
We could push a couple more minutes.
Let's push a couple more minutes.
Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Leave a tip. Leave a generous tip. You can't afford to leave a tip. Don't leave a tip. You didn't spend any money. Leave a tip, for the love of God. Come on. Avery's awesome.
You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience. You might as well share the wealth while you've got it, though. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table, inconspicuously.
Oh, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure.
Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind.
And the motorcycle revs back.
Super impressed.
It's the sun's going down and we're in the woods. We're going to die.
It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity.
That was the town hall as we came in.
This town is a street.
Most of them are, honey.
We're in Wayne.
One of my sisters lived in rural Washington State for a long period of time.
Hello, Raiders, by the way.
Hey, welcome to the raid. Let's do a quick recap. We are playing Scarlet Hollow, which has some content warnings.
We've met a very cool local YouTuber who we think is flirting with us.
Which is kind of awesome.
And her amazing doggo.
Now we're going in the woods in the dark with a stranger and a dog. This won't end poorly, honest. But yeah, there was a little teeny town called Wayne.
It actually had a paper mill disaster memorial.
Because it had a paper mill that had a disaster. That's the kind of town.
And we drove through on the way to stay with Marguerite's sister, and there was an old gentleman on the porch of the post office, and he waved at us. And I went, "Who's that?" And Marguerite went, "That's Wayne." And then a couple of days later, we drove back through, and it was Sunday, and I was like, "Wayne's not on the porch." And she looked at me and went, "Of course not. Can't be car waving on a porch on Sunday. Got to go to church." And I've never felt more like I was in America than at that exact moment.
That's pretty fair. We see our situation with renewed clarity.
Good, great. That's great. That's great. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters.
That is the place we are, in fact.
You feel...
Ooh, strangely calm, tense, unsettled, more
I would
alive
actually
than
go
you've
with
been.
either more alive than you've been in years or strangely calm.
I like strangely calm.
Strangely calm is like, sure, okay, this is where I am.
You feel strangely calm.
The setting sun paints beautiful colours in the sky. Fresh air fills your lungs and pleasant songs of crickets trill around you as night descends. This is where you're supposed to be, with Stella by your side, a sweet smile on her face, and Gretchen plodding along in front without a care in the world.
Oh, that's very nice. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record since last year, at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next one, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes.
I'd just like to point out that Gretchen is in the background sniffing very interesting things.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's the weirdest
These
thing?
are all good.
These are
Let's
all
do
great
of them.
questions.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen in the woods? Yeah, let's ask. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in these woods? Other than anything cryptid related, of course. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up.
Content warning, nature.
Yeah, we should probably do a quick refresh on content warnings. We're going to start talking about nature, and it's weird.
Death is coming, possibly for us.
By the way, I think that's legit, too. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure it counts as weird anymore. Yes, deer are herbivores, unless they're in stress and environmental depredation, and then, like most animals, they make do. Ooh. Oh, Tetanus Lake? Oh God, we're doing it.
Great.
Tetanus Lake, that's definitely the weirdest. It was a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage with grass and trees going on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground, which how much it can be compressed. With how much it had been compressed. But you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It was all stuff from the 50s too, which was super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I kept on my dresser as a little souvenir. That was good.
I do. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids?
Yeah. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing. Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck, though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house, getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. Folks, please keep an eye on that dog in the background. I'm really starting to get worried. When all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids.
Yes, luckier.
I want to believe in ghosts so bad. And I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves, I kind of lump in with cryptids. +1 shot. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. There's a genre of cryptid? I did not know that.
Cryptids are semi-metafictional. I think that's legit.
Great beast genre of cryptid. I'll keep an eye on that. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist. Because if they're really out there, geez. A lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all that's just bunk. Am I right?
God, could you be any more southern?
I know, right? Yes! You ready?
Ready? What about...
What do you think about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real. They have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids.
I adore my darling Stella, but she gets the strangest ideas in her head these days. Ever since her parents went away, she's been more and more foolhardy with all this critter nonsense.
You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. Oh,
she's like, oh?
Oh gosh, this line is so perfect, right? See, that's just what the government wants you to think. It's easier for them to cover up their secret research program if they trick everyone into thinking that the aliens are behind abductions and UFO sightings and all that weird stuff. Sure, the government does mess up stuff on the daily, but the way I see it, I have about as much control over them as I would over extraterrestrial beings. So if I have no control over these things, I might as well choose to think it's been aliens all this time and let a little joy into my heart, you know?
I really hope you're not about to get killed.
Please don't get killed, Stella. Please.
You're too pure for this town.
Besides, it's not like it matters which of us is right if either of us is right at all. I'll die one day, and so will you, and eventually there'll be no one left who remembers us or what we did in our lifetimes. Okay, you got a little bummer there.
You've disarmed me with your nihilism. Don't try to disarm me with your nihilism.
Just say, damn, you've disarmed me with your nihilism. Damn, you've disarmed me with your nihilism, and now I feel an empty pit in my soul at the thought of the vastness of time. Oh, don't worry. Isn't there some comfort in the inherent meaninglessness of our actions?
Has anything bad ever happened on these hikes?
No, we're doing that last.
Okay. Yeah, press the button.
Are you really expecting to find anything out here? What are the chances we actually run into a skunk ape in just one night of filming?
One is going to step out of the woods in like 3 seconds.
I know. That's fair. We are hunting a creature that stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mythic reputation. What are the odds of someone like that popping out to star on my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chances are never zero, right? You ready?
Okay.
Has anything bad ever happened on one of these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think.
No, the answer is no. Everything's always been fine.
There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff.
Oh, God.
But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine. His leg only took a couple months to heal.
I may have gone to school with Reese.
All in all, not too bad. Though I guess there was also that time I was out here alone and kind of got a little stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out that wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole.
Yes, there are.
Oh,
there are
she's
two.
about to make a reference to swimming in tomato juice, isn't she? And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside bored to tears. Lassie, she is not. We have a question for you in the chat. Are there Manx cryptids?
There are two Manx cryptids. The island is one of the places where the black dog, the common metaphor for depression, is actually a black dog.
Yeah.
That originated in an awful lot of stories. There's also various fey creatures, which are mentioned in a lot of Manx myth.
I do too, Grim Goblin.
Yeah. And the other one, which is legitimately a cryptid, is, I believe it was named Kip or Kif the Talking Mongoose, who was a mongoose who talked. And this was in the 1970s, and as I understand it, there is audio recordings of this.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Geff, thank you.
Geff, a talking mongoose. Okay, I'm going to have to look that up, too.
Yep.
There's a song?
I believe there may also be a song, yes. Not a talking goose, not a goose.
Alistair's found a Canadian TikToker that he really likes who pronounces it gooses.
And refers to them as military-grade seagulls.
Yes, and it's been something he's talked about frequently for the last couple of days. Don't even.
I won't. Press the... As if I made sure to give those nasty little skunks a piece of my mind, darling. That's what I did. And I kept Stella company, just as she would for me if I decided to hide in a hole for hours.
It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense. But a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain. So it could have been a lot worse. For those of you who have never had the pleasure of encountering a skunk in real life. Okay. This won't make as much sense to Brits. You know what this smells like? An eraser? You know what a pink pearl eraser smells like, Americans? Take that scent and make it as intense as you can possibly make it. That's what a skunk smells like to me. And you can't get rid of that scent. The only conventional way to get rid of it is tomato juice. You bathe yourself, or in most cases, the dog who had the run-in with the skunk, in tomato juice. It's a whole experience.
This is one of those...
Ask me how I know. Okay.
This is one of those legitimate, okay, I guess I'm burning these clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Moments, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. But you don't want to burn the dog.
No,
so you have to
it would hate
convince the poor pupper to take a tomato juice bath, usually twice or 3 times to get the smell out.
So you have your...
It's all...
You have the awful thing of the dog sometimes. You go, Mom, why do I smell bad? Mom, why are you putting me in there?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
It is an experience. It is an experience.
From far off, they smell like good weed. From up close, they smell like hate.
Kiwi? Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Hey, giant pies are the best kind.
Oh, and there was that time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke property and nearly got my head shot off.
Well, we beat him.
Who's Duke? I'm very worried about Duke. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I barely count it. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Oh, shit.
Everybody in the chat, you just heard that snapping twig, right?
Oh, shit.
Oh. Can we save? Let's save the game really quick. Hi, I'm a weenie. I'm gonna save the game really quick.
We should have saved in the diner.
I know, but it's too late now. Okay. Everybody,
Okay.
something's happening. We don't know what it is. We're all braced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. You want me to? This is presumably the guy, yeah?
It's presumably the guy.
I apologize again for the total lack of American accents. Calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Oh, Duke, you rascal!
Okay, Gretchen obviously loves this person.
Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl.
Sorry for being jumpy, Duke. I thought you were...
Some creature of darkness. Nah, girlie. Just old Duke.
I don't think we saw him in the diner.
We did not.
He's got a devil's baseball cap on.
This
that's
is
cool.
There's an uncomfortably large black void in the background that's gonna fill with creepy eyes.
Oh. I love how Gretchen's default facial expression is dog.
Yes, exactly.
Now, what the hell are you looking for way out here?
I figured out that accent. Oh, malfeasance.
Malfeasance.
There we go.
Skunk Ape.
Sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick. You want... Is that...
Yep.
I see. Welcome to the Holler. My condolences. I will keep you in my prayers.
Interesting character development. Another stranger. Another opportunity for a salty introduction. For the love of God.
No. We are not handing this old man a damp bag of... No.
Somebody's gotta like them, right? We still have this horrible boiled bag of peanuts that some stranger on a bus gave us, and I don't know why.
If the stranger on the bus is revealed to be God in the final act or something... So you still got the peanuts? Yeah, you passed the test. I hate you so much.
Everybody wants us to do it.
Go on.
Sure.
You hold out the slippery bag in front of Duke, which has grown quite fragrant since you first put it in your rucksack, like the scent of old beer, but you're pretty sure that's what it's supposed to smell like. Boiled peanuts from your backpack. No, I'm all set, thank you. Now, both of you all head back onto town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. What do you know, old man?
Oh dear.
I'm out dealing with my own critter, and I will not be appreciative if a couple of fools with the camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife.
I missed Stella's eye roll. Oh no.
What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy. Something musky. You see anything like that recently?
Look at her. She's got the camera out.
Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. And you put that damn camera down.
Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I can help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best.
Did you now? That you did, but I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunkapungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I lost 3 this week. I can't afford to lose many more than that.
I'm so sorry to hear that. But, I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken.
Now, see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no skunk ape, whatever the hell it is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you.
Oh, Duke, you don't think it's...
I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. Couldn't be nothing else.
I'm telling you, Duke, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 90s, and even those were iffy.
It's true. There are mountain lions out here, sure as sin. They pee on all the best trees. I can't believe you got out there on your YouTubes saying some river monster spotted by a couple school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed. Yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by old geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true.
Oh. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I don't think it's plausible.
You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn, girl. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and you stay out of the woods tonight.
I kind of feel like this is between the two.
This feels like it's between the two of them, yeah.
I don't want to outsider explain all of this. Yeah.
Or just...
You stand awkwardly by as the two continue to argue. Duke, you're just wasting your time. Give us just one night out there to see what we can find, and I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, right. You'll get some shaky footage of a raccoon and claim it's a heretofore unknown creature that has heat ray vision or some nonsense. I know what I'm looking for. There's no way I'm backing down.
But I've got to film tonight. The video needs to be out by tomorrow evening so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. Honey, make other content. Come on.
You ain't the only one on a schedule. As you well know, my boy Bo and me are headed down to the state fair, show off Big Betty tomorrow morning.
I have so many questions.
We'll be gone there a whole week, so our chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies.
Is this guy's name Kevin?
No.
I think we should go.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is, if he gets eaten, I'm gonna feel awful.
How awful would you feel if the dog got eaten?
Yeah. It's just... Yeah. Let's just go, Stella. He's not gonna budge. You're right. No point in losing any more time to arguing. Fine. We'll head back to town. Break a leg out there, Duke.
Breaking what now?
I mean, good luck, old man.
Alright, you have a nice night. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came.
Oh, honey, no. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on. I know a trail that'll just get around him.
What do we want to do? For example, would you perhaps like me to check to see whether the outcome of this event perhaps hurts a certain aging doggo?
I don't want any outcomes that hurt an aging doggo. But how about this? We've been playing for about an hour and a half, and we have to make an important decision.
This is a good spot to leave
So
it.
this is an excellent, dramatic...
Let's save in another slot.
Place to save. All right, so we're going to save the game, and then we're going to take a little break.
Let's save in slot 3.
All right, fine. There we go. We've saved. And we will leave it on this cliffhanger. Do a little research to make sure we don't do anything to Gretchen.
Gretchen must be protected at all costs.
Gretchen is our precious cinnamon pug.
Oh, darling.
I love how she loves Duke. That's great. Okay, everybody, we're going to take a couple minutes for a break to get up and stretch and get some fresh water and all of that good stuff. And then we will... Yeah, I'm a little worried about Duke out there with his shotgun as well. So
Holy skunk chunks.
skunk chunks.
Canky barrows.
All right. We'll be back. The thing with this stuff. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, everybody. Get
all
a
right.
stretch, get a break, get a snack, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in a few.
And we're back. Thank you for sticking around.
I don't want to go traveling around in the woods at night with something called Tetanus Lake.
We have an old lady doggo who isn't really up for any adventure type stuff, and a man with a gun and Tetanus Lake. We're going to do some research.
Yeah. I think some research might be wise, just to make sure that we don't stumble into a darkest timeline situation.
You know what I think it's time for?
Shenanigans?
Shenanicam.
I gave you widescreen Shenanicam too. So that theoretically we need to find some joint shenanigans, I think, now. And it doesn't have to be Magnus stuff. It can be generic fun stuff. But
yes.
I'm going to have to start finding some.
We should, yes.
Well, I'm sure eventually there will be some Stank Kilda shenanigans as well.
Oh, because we will never leave the island. Anyway.
You gonna read some fun stuff?
I'm going to read some fun stuff. This is Sun on the Water by Actual Romeo. As ever, the link will be in the show notes.
And I will push the button. There we go. Look. Shenanigans. There are no content warnings.
No content warnings for this, other than, of course, accents.
Quite possibly accents.
Elias has always liked to consider himself an early riser. He never liked the laziness of staying in bed, although he could afford the luxury. Slipping into habits like that just felt below him, and he likes to be the only person awake in a house. Waking up at 6 on the dot is a point of pride, and even when he doesn't quite make that, he at least prefers to be up first. Which is why it's something of a sting to wake up in their bed alone, with the sun high in the sky. He doesn't even realize for a moment it's too cold, but Peter is always cold anyway. Sleepy and unaware, he calls Peter, groping for the ridiculously broad body he married. He finds only the sheets and the cool ocean breeze of their vacation home. Still only halfway awake, he grumbles, allowing one moment to sulk that his husband left him. Then he pushes away the irrational betrayal and gets out of bed, getting ready for the day. What is St. Kilda? We'll answer that question in a moment. By the time he's up and dressed, it's early afternoon, which is a frankly embarrassingly late hour to be awake, but it's his holiday. He is on holiday with his husband, and he is allowed to sleep in. He's been expressly forbidden from doing work, actually, though Peter hasn't applied that same rule to himself. As he comes down the stairs and into the kitchen, he can hear Peter's chipper voice from the living room, and his assistant's tinny exasperation coming through his phone. Peter, no, says Martin, and Elias hides his smile behind a cup of coffee, despite being in a different room. You're not calling it Silent Hill. Why not? Says Peter petulantly. It's my own project. I don't have to worry about the marketability or whatever. I like the name. You should worry about marketability, honestly. Oh, do you know what Silent Hill is? I want you to Google Silent Hill. Peter makes an annoyed noise, and Elias finally enters the living room to see him splayed across the couch in nothing but a robe, legs kicked up on the arm and squinting at his phone. As fascinated as Peter's been with his new smartphone, he's not very good with it. Honestly, Elias isn't sure he knows how to turn off speakerphone. Silent Hill is a horror game series, Elias informs him primly, shooing Peter until he can sit down on the couch with him. Very apt, says Peter. Horror games. Elias, dear, can we get our hands on them? I think I could work some of it into the design. Make it a theme. Martin, on the other end of the line, sounds downright distressed and he says, No, Peter, Christ, you're not theming the tower block around a horror franchise. Why not? Well, the copyright for one thing. Also, why would any... Oh, God. Martin sighs tersely and Elias tugs Peter to adjust so that his head's resting in his lap. He promptly leans up to plant a kiss to Elias's jaw. If I offer you and your archivist, a cruise? That's the sort of thing young people are interested in, I think. Will you stop protesting if I do that? Will you? Asked Peter, who has now actually bothered to Google Silent Hill on his phone. With a stunned pause, Martin says, Do cruises run this time of year? Then, by the way, he has a name. Paid holiday then? Elias flicks his young people and their cruises. Elias flicks his husband's temple John isn't actually yours to offer holiday to, you know. Please? Peter whines, tilting his head back to pout at Elias. You are a child. First, you steal my archival assistant. He didn't have the qualifications. Then, you force me on a holiday. He injects enough distaste in the word to quiet Peter a moment. And now, you're trying to steal my archivist, too. Peter is silent, staring at Elias with obnoxious puppy eyes, his phone resting on his half-bare chest. It's not as though he actually plans on refusing him. John's gotten entirely caught up on Gertrude's organizational system, even one assistant down, and good work does deserve a reward. But he levels his husband with a look. Anyway, because he has a reputation to keep up. Whether or not John will actually accept the holiday is, well, it's questionable, but ultimately not Elias's problem. Martin is the one that breaks the silent back and forth with a quiet, on holiday? Didn't you say you were on a work trip? Lord, please don't spread that around, grumbles Elias, much to Peter's delight. It's Peter's fault. I had to force him, he says, ever chipper, and trying to drag Elias down for another kiss. Batting him away, Elias says, get your paws off me, you brute. Yes, fine, John can do what he wants. Do hang up now, Martin. I still don't think... Then Martin pauses, seeming to realise the fight is hopeless. You know what? Fine. I'll take your bribe and shut up. Gross, by the way. Then, with a beep, Peter and Elias are alone. Humming contentedly, Peter sits himself up in Elias's lap, which is incredibly awkward, given he's rather taller than Elias, and pulls him into a kiss. And because Elias is, unfortunately, actually quite fond of the man, he lets him. Kisses back, even. After a few long minutes of enjoying each other's presence like the horribly enamoured fools they are, he pulls back. When are we supposed to go out on your little boat today? Mumbles Elias into the space between their lips, tucking himself indulgently under his husband's chin. Don't insult the tundra, says Peter, tilting his head up to nip at him, making Elias push him away with a scowl. She's an heirloom. Yes, she is. I know the story. Could have been a captain. Your one true passion is the sea. Architecture stole your dreams, etc., etc. I also know that she is a glorified yacht. Get dressed, and maybe I'll suffer through another of your attempts to teach me how to sail it. Peter huffily moves off the couch, stretching obscenely. He doesn't even bother to retie the robe when it falls undone, the lewd bastard he is. Fine, if you're so disgusted with me. Can you fix breakfast? It's 1 PM. Time's an illusion. Besides, shouldn't cooking for your husband be in your... Peter waves a hand. Prude housewife DNA. Because it's Peter, and because Peter has seen Elias in far worse moments, he allows himself to hide his face in his hands. Please die, he says, pained. Only 'cause you asked. Peter is a picture of just revolting domestic bliss, leaning in to kiss Elias's hair before making his way up the stairs. Disgusting sap that he is, it doesn't even stop Elias from putting eggs and bacon on the stove. Because mercy of all mercies, Elias Bouchard is in love. Terrible.
That is delightful.
Isn't that lovely? Isn't that nice?
Puerile housewife DNA. Oh, what a lovely turn of phrase.
I love you. Are we going out on your little boat today?
It's so prissy. It's so delightful.
I hear that in the same tone of voice as Mulder once said, I was just worried your little feet wouldn't reach the pedals. You know. That was gorgeous. And...
Scooch. Scooch. Oh, we'll try to do this. There we go. Oh, side saddle. Kind of, sort of, maybe.
Hi, welcome to the show.
It's a weird camera angle. Thanks so much, Tree Olives.
Yes, the Tundra
yeah,
is a
it
shipping
isn't
boat.
actually a cargo container, but you know, Elias. Elias is gonna Elias.
Elias is going to Elias. Thanks, Tree Olives. I really appreciate that.
Kiwi found the song, huh?
Which song?
Something about The
Oh, the mongoose. Brilliant.
Talking
Please drop it in the
mongoose.
chat.
Yes. Elias has been snippy. Day that ends with a Y.
Yes.
What is St. Kilda?
The secret of St. Kilda is, I believe, the...
Shirt. Kind of show you my shirt without awkwardly showing you my boob. There we go.
is the first audio drama from Haggis and Dragons.
In fact, it was our fan art, so I'm going to put some links in the chat for you.
Is it not? Yeah, it is.
It's not the first audio drama?
I think it is. They've done actual play prior to this. This is the first original scripted.
I think so. Maybe, yeah.
It's written by a friend of ours called Naomi Clark, and it is about it features voice talent from the Magnus Archives. I know them. The Amelia Project. I know them too. And Pseudopod. I know them very well, amongst others. And it's about a con man who, with nothing left to live for, flees to the actual island of St. Kilda off the coast of Scotland, where he is welcomed with open arms into an incredibly forgiving and very small community.
Honest.
And everything's fine.
And everything goes just well,
And
he doesn't regret any of his life choices.
There are no life choices that he has the single slightest problem with. It's so great.
Yeah,
and it's just
exactly.
10 episodes of cuddliness, really. No, it's great.
Thanks so much, Fuzzy Lad.
Thank you, Fuzzy. It's written by our friend Naomi Clark. You'll hear a lot of very familiar voices in there. The incredible Alan Bergen from Amelia Project is the lead character. Ben from Magnus Archives is Matthias, who is a lot, as you'll find out. I'm the narrator for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some incredible folks in there from No Sleep and from all kinds of other shows as well.
It's a really great cast.
Yeah.
The Kickstarter is available to follow now, and it'll be launching, I think, the 3rd of September.
Mm-hmm.
And the season will launch before the end of the year.
Yes. It's big chunks of it are recorded. In fact, I think it's all recorded. It's just being stitched together, isn't it?
I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, I think they're gonna launch this year. Please do follow along on the Kickstarter. You don't have to pledge anything. You can just follow the Kickstarter and get notified. There are probably going to be some early bird rewards, we've heard. So being notified that when it's gone live will set you up to take advantage of those if you want to. I know for a fact that they recorded all the table reads, and that they will be very fun. Hopefully, as little Easter eggy.
And if you like what we're doing with Scarlet Hollow, that's basically what we did with the table read.
Yeah.
Because the narrator isn't in the show.
Thank you, Zoya.
Because the narrator isn't in the show terribly much. I actually did all the stage direction as well for those.
So it was really good. They were really fun. Right. Should we tell folks we're going to be
Yes.
next week?
You can see us next in The Full Lid, which goes live on Friday. That is our Hugo and British Fantasy Award nominated newsletter.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's getting late.
I thought you were about to... That's awesome.
It is awesome.
It is awesome. This week, we're talking about Doctor Who and Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and King Shark. Because, let's face it, it's kind of a surprise it's taken this long.
Yeah, really.
So smart me.
And then on Sunday, 10 o'clock in the morning, British time, so that's UTC +1.
The next part of Sexy Space Idiots.
We're playing Haven, which is a nice little co-player, co-op little couple runs away from their evil society and crashes on a planet game. It's cute.
Which we have come to refer to as Sexy Space Idiots try and repair their space van.
Basically, that's what that is. King Shark.
King Shark.
Exactly. And then next week, we're actually not going to be playing Scarlet Hollow. We have a guest. So for those of you who are new to the stream, normally we have a guest about once a month. We did a whole interview series in July.
Mm-hmm.
The whole month of July was interviews and guests. But we have our
me.
August guest coming up, who is the incredible Sarah Gailey. Dang it, it's your fault. If you're not familiar with Sarah, their work is award nominated and all over the place.
And multifarious. Sarah is best known for the pair of novellas released under the name American Hippo, which take as their basis the thing that very nearly happened, where hippos were very nearly introduced to the American South.
As writing beasts, yeah.
And,
and they've written a whole bunch of stuff, including Magic for Liars.
Which is a fantastic kind of dissection of Magic High School. The Echo Wife is their most recent one, which is superb.
And we are going to be talking with Sarah specifically about their new Boom Studios comic, which is called Eat the Rich, which comes out, I think it's available now.
I think it's next week.
I think it's next week. It's very shortly soon.
Yes. And their comic work is at least the equal of their prose. They did a few years ago an issue of the Steven Universe tie-in comic.
Yeah.
Which I genuinely think should be taught in schools. It is one of the best depictions of depression and how to deal with depression if you're not the one suffering it I've ever encountered.
So yeah, we're going to have a good old chat with Sarah next week. And then we have a nice... We need to try and make sure we keep the time with Sarah because we have a nice, long, chunky shenanigan planned for next week.
Yeah.
It's a shiny opal.
Oh!
So, yeah, buckle in. We'll have a nice, good, long, prosy shenanigan next week after we have a chat with Sarah.
Yes. So that's going to be next week. And then time will continue to pass in a linear fashion.
I know, right? It's weird. It's nice, but it's weird. No, I should... There. Hopefully the game audio wasn't on. No, there we go.
Yeah, all good.
That's it. That's what we got going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's summer, you know. If it's summer for you, try and take a break. If it's not summer for you,
Try and take a break
try
anyway.
to take a break anyway. Exactly. And we will see you back here. Oh my gosh, I have to stop yawning. This is your fault. Oh. We will see you back here next week or on Sunday morning if you are able to join us. Oh, also for folks who are newer to the stream, if you don't already follow... There we go. EA Podcasts on Twitter, because after the stream E.T. phone.
And...
Oh, I walked right into that one. We will do a what's called stream show notes, which is a roundup of everything we talked about tonight, and with all the links for how you can find things. Which reminds me, we should probably add St. Kilda to that.
It might not be such a bad plan, all things considered.
I'll go check that
Okay.
before we post them, and then I'm gonna get some. I'm not gonna get some coffee. I'm gonna get some sleep because it's late.
And also some cake.
Yes! Oh, we didn't tell you. So the Full Lid hit a subscriber milestone. It hit 1,000 followers, which is great.
Yep.
So we bought a fancy coffee walnut cake, and there's still one piece of it left. Which is probably not the greatest thing to eat before bedtime, but I don't care.
Or it's the best thing to eat before bedtime. I'm not quite sure which.
Exactly. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. You ready?
Right. I'm ready. Thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us, folks.
very
As
much
ever,
for
this has
joining.
been a delight. We will see you on Sunday for Sexy Space Idiots and on Friday for the Full Lid. And we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.